Okay, good evening, everyone. So, once again, if you've got any questions, just type it in the chat box. Okay. So, can everybody hear me all right? Okay. You can hear me all right, Sylvia? Yep, that's good. Okay, so let's get on with it. Colin and Sylvia, excellent. All right, so the things we're going to talk about tonight's pretty much the one-page PDF called the Fulcrum or vertical line trading. Okay, so let me just bring that up. Yes, your screen's probably just shut off while I go and get the PDF for the Fulcrum. Okay. Okay, Damien. Okay, good. Okay, so everybody's muted now. Okay, just make sure that you are new share the Fulcrum. Okay, so you should be seeing on your screen the 8-hour report template process, vertical line trading to Fulcrum. Okay, so the Fulcrum, in dictionary words, one of the things, the meaning is the essential activity or situation or event. Okay, so it's basically saying, okay, there's a lot of activities, but we're only really interested in the special activities, yeah? So, or the essential activity. In our case, the essential activity is trading. Now, if we had no lines, no indicators, and we just had candles, and we had to decide which candle was the candle we wanted. Okay, and let's just pull one up for USN. Okay, so that's what you'd be looking at. And if I said, okay, this current candle, where it's going to go, you probably look at me and think, well, there's a 50-50 chance of going anywhere, correct? So how do we pick a essential or a candle that's special and unique that has a high probability of giving us a trade? Well, the vertical line, okay? So let's bring to life the Fulcrum, okay? Now I've just put it on, so I've said it many times. When you first put it on, please refresh it by going either time frame higher or time frame lower, and then back to the time of the designated time of the chart. In this case, we're going from a H1 to HM5 and back to a H1. Okay, and you can see a few of the lines that came with the template when I applied it are gone. And just to make sure that the river that draws a line fully uses it, we press refresh. Okay, so if you're doing that, you've done everything you can to ensure that all the lines that should be there are there. So as we can see here with USN, we have, well, 3 special lines. This middle one, we'll just pick on that one for now because that's already confirmed, isn't it? So irrespective of whether a line's confirmed or not. If there's a vertical line, we basically mark it out. We mark one at the open price of the unique candle where the line's on. We mark it at the riverbank it's going to. So if it's a red vertical line, it's going to the pink riverbank, yeah? Once we've done that, then we get our default stop loss sheet of paper, which gives us our defaults, okay? I believe USN 1 hour is 30 pips, okay? Now, notice how, if I want to go and, okay, just give me a sec. Okay, so from here, 30 pips, you can see, as I can't get to 30 pips, I can't see it because it's outside my range. So I can go to the side, I left click and hold the right hand margin, and I pull downwards and it'll pull the chart in. Okay, now I can measure 30 pips or the channel. The channel's only 7 pips away and the default says 30. So the greater of the two is what's going to be our stop level, okay? So our stop level is going to be there. Okay. After a while, you get pretty close. I was a little bit out. Not to worry. Okay. Now, once again, if you want to go and move a line, you can't move it unless it's being activated, whether it's a horizontal line or a vertical line. I'm doing just this for the new people in case they are stuck. You put your pointer or mouse on top of the line you want to activate, double left click, and you notice now there's a box on each side of the line. This means it's activated. Now I can right click on the line and go to horizontal properties, and I can either change the parameter, change the color, or simply left click, hold, and drag it. Okay, now that wasn't really good because I just had it before. Okay, so is there a question there? Nope. Okay, no question. And so our default stop level is 30 pips up. So our default stop level, take profit would be 30 pips down. So we mark those. So we should have 4 lines, yeah? I'll just quickly move this down a little bit. Okay. So we do this. So when the market, the open price of a candle that's after the unique candle is in a sell zone, we can enter, yeah? Okay. And once we enter, we know what level we want to go to. Okay, so let me just check. That line. Yeah. Okay. So the other 2 vertical lines aren't confirmed. And this is confirmed, so this is the one we're going to act on. Now, once you've actually marked it out and you find that the candles are in the wrong zone and you were still wanting to get in that trade, you can actually, on the H1, actually go down to a smaller time frame just to see whether there's an entry available in another time frame. Okay. Naturally, going into other smaller time frames, we'd be looking for price to be on above the river center line of the time frame that we've moved down to, yeah? Okay, so you can see where we marked it on the 1 hour. So perhaps on the 15-minute, not long after or thereabouts, we may have also got a vertical line or fulcrum line in the M15. If we didn't, the places we can enter the trade marked up by the 1 hour There's this area where price, yeah, is above the river center line, okay? And if we did utilize this to enter in a confirmed higher time frame, and we did have an entry on the 5 minute that went back into the sell zone, we'd have to pay attention to the diamond and the connecting white line of that time frame, okay? Because that time frame is the one that allowed us to enter. Okay, so hopefully it's not too confusing, but the part is, if you've gone down a time frame and you've got all the markings of the level that the 1 hour would like to get to, you enter it when price was going in the same direction and momentum. But each time frame, if you did enter it on one of these candles, you still have to take notice of the diamonds and the alerts and the rules of price reaching a threshold, okay? So as you can see, this diamond with the dotted line signaled that the M15 was a bouncing point and the price might want to go up, and you see it did. Okay, so these are, we'll let you get into trades, but not there. So only 15 pips, but in the hour, you wouldn't have had an opportunity to enter because the river center line was above it, yeah? Okay, so once again, these things I'm mentioning to you, so when you're in the cold face, when you're actually in front of the screen and you do have a vertical line and Fulcrum that's made it special, unique candle, marked it out for you, and you've marked out your open price of the candle, and you've marked out all your other points, okay? Now, I'll just go back to this sheet because really it guides you as the steps you need to take. You don't have to go and imagine and try to create there. You see, step 1, the steps listed below apply to special candle every time we respond to the alert, irrespective of the future outcome. What this means is, if all the windows are the wrong shading, but you've got a vertical line, you don't say, well, it doesn't look like it's going to go and meet criteria, I won't mark the lines, because now you're making an outside choice that you choose when to mark it. To actually make it repetitive, every vertical line that you respond to deserves the respect to have it marked out like any other special candle. Whether it becomes confirmed or not, it deserves the respect to do it. And if you apply it every time, then you don't have to think, should I put the lines or shouldn't I? Okay? Doing that, you've created a step that's only going to come back and haunt you. Okay? So easiest way, every time a vertical line, if you get there, just mark it out. Now, step 1 actually tells you which order. Okay, you received a vertical line alert, which identifies the special candle. Place a horizontal line at the open price of that special candle, which you saw me do. Place a horizontal line where the vertical line crosses opposite riverbank, which you saw me do. Now place a horizontal line at the default stop level or channel line, whichever is greater, depending to the ruler that the default stop level PDF. Okay, and then once you've got that, then you place the corresponding default profit level, which is equal to the stop level. Now, once you've done that, you're ready for step 2. Okay, so when you've ticked all this box, that means you responded to a vertical line, the Fulcrum, okay, the essential activity that marks a unique candle that would have a favorable outcome to us. Okay, and now at that point, you take a screenshot of the chart that you marked. Okay, so let me do that. So I'm just going to go back. Okay, So once I've marked it out, let me just get rid of this line because that wasn't there. Okay, I'll pull it down so I can see all my lines. Can even make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so when you've done the marking of the unique line and it's 4 horizontal lines, you take a screenshot. Save it. Okay. H1 cell vertical line. Okay. Now, I can tidy up later, okay, because I've got a lot of things to do. So you can relabel it later. And once you've done that, maybe I should have done it on a pound. You'd go back and you get a 4 chart shot. And that's the first 2 pictures we would do once a vertical line comes. Obviously, we would have done one when we did our 8-hour report process with the report lines. Okay, to say we started the session. And then when we got our first vertical line alert, we'd mark it. Why we do this is because we can go back every time and see, okay, that's why I saw it. Now, if it's an hour, every hour, I'd come back and I'd do a screenshot of the 4 charts, okay? So let me go to the example of the pound Aussie, because I've got 4 of those. Okay. Let's just mark this one. Okay, so first one we mark is the left-hand love handle. Okay. Next one we mark is the riverbank is going towards. Okay, we always put the horizontal line just inside the river, and I double-click to deactivate it. Okay, pound Aussie defaults 50 pips. Somewhere up there. Okay, cool. I'll double-click this and bring it up. Hopefully not going free. No, close enough. 0.7 pip. Okay, roughly about there. See how close I was. Oh, I'm far away. Okay. So that's my 4 lines, yep. So, and let me just mark the vertical line that I'm looking at. Okay. So that's it. So, screenshot. Now, if there's a trade presenting, do the trade first, okay? And so we can see we don't have pink shading window free on the unique line. Okay, now this is the current candle. Okay, but each candle that occurs, irrespective of whether the candle is 10 candles away or 2 candles away, the assessment is actually done on the unique candle line, on the unique candle, and that's where I go to see whether criteria is met. Okay, so criteria is not met because windows 2 and 3 are green. All right, and had criteria met, I wouldn't be able to enter either of these 2 candles because they open below the river center line. Okay, So screenshot. By doing this, I've confirmed that I've 100% completed step 1 of the Fulcrum PDF. Okay? So this is giving yourself accountability, so you can look back and say, well, I did everything 100% right. I did step 1 100% right. Okay? So if you ticked and marked off step 1 and criteria, you know, then you can always go back and review, yep, I did all the right things. And it's all about noticing yourself doing the right thing. That means you don't skip any bits. Okay. Now, once I've done that, the next shot I want to do is the full 4 charts. Okay, why we do that is because we might be focusing in the H1, totally ignoring our others, but because we're taking screenshots of all 4, we can say, oh my goodness, there was a trade there in the 15, on the 5, etc. Okay, if we just left this one screen and just looking for every hour, we're really not seeing all the opportunities, are we? So every hour, we'll take a picture of that, unless we got alerts on another time frame. Okay, so let's take a screenshot of that. And this is how you finish off step 1. Step 1, I want 2 screenshots, one of the chart that you marked out with horizontal lines and a multi-chart. Okay. So that's all done. Okay, so what that means, because okay, so you any questions on that so far? No? Okay. Now, once again, okay, there is a question. Chat. Okay. Okay, great. Okay. So here's the M30. Okay. It had a 3 vertical red VLs. Okay, vertical lines. It also had a red diamond with a white line joining it. Okay, suggesting. Okay, it's a little bit slow, so just there it is as we. Okay, so in the 15 minutes, but notice how having that yellow line marked on the H1, when I went down to M30 and M15, it kept its place, so I could see the beginning of that 1 hour. Okay, it gives me a framework of what's happening. Okay, and you can see underneath that yellow line of from the 1 hour, there's a red vertical line in the M15. Okay, which is also confirmed. Yep. So with this part of what I'm doing, I'm popping it there because sometimes you can get frustrated saying, well, the 1 hour's not letting me in, but it's confirmed. Once again, if you have one confirmed, take a screenshot like I've asked, pop it through and ask. It's confirmed. Is there any way I can take advantage of this information I've got from that unique special line in the H1. And either I or somebody else in the Born Delivery will give you an answer. Or you can come back and watch this video, okay? It's all about a direction and momentum. And if it's confirmed, well, it does have momentum when you go down, as you could see, okay? But you weren't lacking in any opportunity because multiple time frames certainly allowed you to take advantage of it. Okay, so now, if you had marked a vertical line in the 5 minutes, that means every 5 minutes I want a multi-chart screen. Okay, for this one, I'd want a single one, and then a multi-chart one, and if it wasn't confirmed at that stage, the next candle, every 5 minutes, I'll take a screenshot of the multi-chart, not of the single chart, of the multi-chart, okay? And in this way, we can actually track if we've missed any opportunities, and we can see how it actually looks like, okay? As it goes every 5 minutes, candle by candle. It really, you'll be surprised at things you learn and see from it. Okay, M5's 20 pips or channel, okay? Okay, so 21, 20, well, nearly 22 pips. Okay, going down. Our default levels, so stop and take profit, are nearly the same as our channel and our opposite riverbank, yeah? So we've already put them there. Okay, so you can see oops, was that a vertical line underneath there? Wasn't it? Yep. Okay. As you can see, everything is still strong. And this price got there, you actually got another alert, yeah? You can see 20 pips. Okay, a diamond didn't turn up yet. The diamond turned up here and then jumped later, okay? Okay, so I would imagine that at that time there would have been a dotted white line coming from up here all the way there, which would have said to manually close the trade. Okay, when this red vertical line came, it would have suggested that we could be coming close to there, yeah? This vertical line, and you can see. So all the information you actually need, once you've had a unique candle pointed out to you, it gives you a framework of managing that trade, of where the expected take profit is, okay? And W3, remaining pink, greedy line remaining above the river center line. These things, and a diamond not appearing with the white line joining it, that's somewhere around here. You would imagine that there wouldn't have been, otherwise there'd be a dot here, yeah? Okay, all right. Let's just go back. Okay, so once again, once you've done step one, step two means that every open candle, at the open of every new candle after the special candle has been identified and marked by its personal vertical line, that means I've put a yellow line, vertical line on top of the either the blue or red vertical line, just so I can mark it. we assess to see if the special candle has met vertical line criteria. Okay, that means that every new candle. So if it's a 5-minute vertical line, every 5 minutes. If it's 15, every 15 minutes. Okay, so if it's a sell, we're looking for a high blue diamond, looking for low red diamond, dotted yellow or solid pink center line, orange line above river center line, minimum of 2 supporting pink shadings, must have window free as one of the shadings. Yep, you have that. Then it tells you the third criteria is met. You can now go to step 3. Criteria has been met. Open price at current candle is in the right trading zone. Place trade and know your manual exit rules. That means if you manual exit rule means you get a diamond or price has gone outside the river and diamond with a white line joining it. These are visual signals to say time to go and exit the trade, you know, because 9 times out of 10 it would like to go, it would retrace back and you take back your profit. Okay, so as you can see, once you've done an 8-hour process and you've got your first vertical line, you just go straight to this and hopefully you've got to laminate it and just put a tick next to each of these that you've done. And once you've done all those, take a screenshot of it and then a second screenshot of the multi-chart. Now you're ready for step 2, and step 2, do that. Okay, and now you've got an additional thing that you've actually, if one of the higher time frames has actually got it is confirmed, then you can actually take those markings and go to a smaller time frame just to give you a feel whether there's opportunities there. And then whatever chart you do enter for the right reasons, that means in the right trading zone, you then have to pay attention to the manual exits and the riverbanks will take profit. Okay, so I'm probably going to leave it at that. Unless there's some questions, I will close this session off. And I have been recording it, so there will be a copy and I'll send you the link as soon as it's been converted. Okay, so have a great night. And okay, there might be a question. No. Okay, no questions. Okay, all right, so please, best way to learn is by doing, and these things I ask you to do just gives you a way of validating that you're doing the right thing for yourself and to allow the community to give you feedback when it's right or if something not quite complete on it. Okay, quickest way to learn. All right, so take care, enjoy the trading. As you can see, last week was a great week of trading and you can see this week's going to be another great week of trading. Okay, so I look forward to seeing lots of posts. Everybody would appreciate if you just post on the main forum so that the answers I give can be shared once and I don't have to do separately 3 or 4 times. Okay, there's no judgment on this. It's only just improving and confirming that we're doing the right steps and then just repeating and getting quicker. All right, thank you all and have a great night. Look forward to giving you feedback. Thank you.